Okay, take the gold fettuccine and fold it in half. Pinch the centre fold just to make it nice and firm, and place that at the centre and on top of your couching. So this is on top of your existing coppery couched border. Work a couple of stab stitches into the centre of the fettuccine just to lock it down. You can use the space in the middle of the design shape to lock that in position to help to stop the fettuccine moving. Take the beige and fold it in half and pinch the fold again just to make that nice and firm, and then lay that fold positioned on top of the gold. And stab in from the top and then stab in from the bottom. Again, you can do an extra stitch if you feel it's moving, and a locking stitch in the design shape if you want more control. Move the gold out of the way and take the beige. That's going to swing out to the side. It's going to be stitched on top of the couched border, so above the needle here is the couched border. So the full breadth of the fettuccine is sitting on top of that, and it's slightly outside of the printed design shape. And you're going to stab in again. The stitches are running parallel to the printed design shape in the centre, so they're running alongside that. If the fettuccine moves a little bit and you want to make sure that's staying out to the side a little bit more, you can repeat that. Doesn't matter how many stitches you do, just to make it steady. And again, you can lock again just to make sure that's nice and secure. Then you're going to repeat that on the right hand side, so you're going to bring that out just a little bit beyond the design line, and the fettuccine is going to be stitched on top of the couched border. Have a look across to the left and see if those are pretty much level. I think I'm going to do one more stitch just to steady that a little bit more, and then I'm going to lock in the middle again. You're then going to get the gold and swing that into centre. And just about halfway, so that's halfway between the tip of the green leaf and the top of your design, so the top of your couched border, about halfway between that, you're going to take a stitch into the gold just inside the design shape, and these stitches are on a bit of an angle pointing into centre, so angled like so. And stitch in again, and then you're going to swing the right hand one in to match that. Don't pull on it too tight because that will distort the shape, just not loose but not tight, and level with that previous lot of stitching. And again, the stitches diagonal pointing in towards centre, a couple of stitches in there just to trap the gold down. Okay, you're then going to swing the gold to the sides. You can put a pin in there if you need some more help to hold those out of the way. And you're going to take your beige and swing that into centre. And just above the tip of the green leaf, so there's a tiny gap there between the tip of the green leaf and moving up just a little bit, you're going to stab into the beige. Again, just inside the outer design line, so the outer design line's here, and you're working just inside that. Couple of stab stitches in, and then you're going to get your scissors and cut off the tip. And then we're going to stab into the tip just to trap down the fluff. Then swinging the right hand one in on top of that existing one, so they're crossing over. And you're going to stab in. And then clip off. Clipping close up to those stitches, and then stab in again to tie the fluff down. You're then going to take the right hand gold fettuccine and curl it over, so it curls over on itself and falls down the left hand edge of the little green leaf, the little green sepal. And then stitching parallel to the edge of the copper petal, you're going to work a couple of stab stitches down into the fettuccine again, and then clip off, running parallel with the edge of the petal, and then stabbing in to tie the fluff down 2 or 3 times, whatever it needs. And then the gold is going to fold over on itself, so it makes that cross in the centre, down the right hand edge of the leaf, and again stab stitching into the fettuccine parallel to the edge of the copper leaf, petal, sorry, and then clipping that off and stabbing in to the tip again to tie the fluff down. There we go, and then we're going to finish off by working a couple of locking stab stitches into the centre. If you've got any bit that you're not happy with, the fettuccine is quite flexible. If you've got a bit of design lines showing, or if you want to tweak the shape, if it's not quite symmetrical, you can always come up, hook into the fettuccine and do a little stitch just to tweak the shape wherever is necessary. And then you're going to fill the centre gap with your copper chipping. You could also fill these 2 little gaps with copper chipping if you end up with a larger gap, as I've done there. Every time this is worked, the shape will turn out slightly differently. Doesn't matter as long as it's nicely balanced. And the raw edges of the fettuccine at the tips here are going to be covered with a piece of your green bright check placed over the top. So your green bright check pearl, at the same time as putting a green bright check pearl leaf vein in on the little leaf there. And that's it.